I took the 10 best known Amazon analytics tools and got on a call with every founder. In over 24 hours of demos, they walked me through all 106 features that I compare them by. They're all good, but if you're a startup brand, only one comes out on top for you, and I'll show you exactly which one and why. Now I know reporting isn't exactly the sexiest part of selling on Amazon, but it is probably the part that most people are overseeing and therefore losing the most money by. Reporting is the part that actually helps you spot what's working, what's not working, and telling you what to do in the ideal case. Because simply put, you cannot fix an ACoS problem or any other kind of sales problem if you don't have all the angles to it, if you don't see everything clearly. Right? Some tools will only give you, keyword rankings. Some tools would only tell you conversion rates and maybe sessions and other things that come into all of that. But if you don't see the full picture to truly understand, and now with AI, of course, also giving you their very, certain answers. Well, they seem certain, right? Because they only have certain data points, but they're maybe overlooking certain other data points that would have been the more clear answer to your problem. Then you're potentially not only not getting the full picture, you're getting a completely wrong picture, putting time and effort into the wrong area and trying to fix the wrong thing. So that's what we don't want today, and that's what I intend to fix today by looking at the top 10 tools that I could find. I should say the top 10 Amazon analytics / reporting tools. So if you're hoping for tools such as Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, these big all-in-one tools or any other of those, then you won't be in luck today, right? Although they would probably, they would be maybe in the top 20 or so, they might rank somewhere up there. But just in terms of Amazon reporting and going really deep into all these fields, profit, inventory, reviews, PPC, SEO, then you need an actual Amazon reporting tool. And I'm here to provide you the answers today. What actually works the best? What gives you the most answers in the smoothest, quickest, easiest way, right? So stick around. It's going to be very useful for you guys. And of course, because I don't just want to trust various claims on their websites or on their help centers, I had a demo with all of them, sometimes multiple demos, because it just took so long to go through all the features I'm looking for. And so in total, over 24 hours of demos to help you find the best reporting tool. And yeah, here we are. But before we get started, let me just quickly explain to you how this whole thing works. Okay, so we are here in the reporting edition, as you see, of the Amazon Tools League. As you know, if you've been around, there are many other editions as well. But today you will find out which tool has the most features as well as the strongest features to actually analyze what is going on in your account. And so one of the things you'll actually see, for example, is why the top tool, for example, stands out in the profit tracking section. Where is it? Over here, right? A lot of supers, a lot of goods. And you'll also see why the second top tool in silver dominates in the visibility area, right? On the search term level. So there are several areas that you care about, right, as an Amazon seller. And we'll go through not all of them in detail, but you'll clearly see which ones have which features and where they kind of dominate and where they probably lack a bit. For example, in the reviews area, actually both top tools, as you can see, don't have anything surprisingly, but it was still enough for them to get the top spots, at least in this particular scoring system, because this is also something I should explain. Of course, these points are different depending on which scoring system I'm looking at. For example, the high and low light at a glance feature isn't as valuable in the brand solopreneur / startup scoring system. Of course, if you only have 2 or 3 products, it's not as valuable to have the tool, quickly highlight what's the worst or best performing product and why. Although the why part is also actually quite valuable here as well. So it just goes through all of those features, and I try to give a weight to every single feature depending on the scoring system we're at, which is also why this whole ranking will actually look very different in these other scoring systems, right? And I should also mention there will not be a video for each of the scoring systems. This is now the first video of this little reporting series where I talk about a lot of those, but not all of them. And this brings me to my new offering, of course, the Amazon Tools League at toolsleague.com, where you can now grab your seat for one of the founding member spots. It will never be as cheap again as now before I launch this community, where you get access to all of these sheets, to all the scoring systems, also the ones that I don't show on YouTube, and you get access to the community, as well as, of course, several exclusive discounts. Some of them, you will already see in this column, but some of them are actually only available via a link. So here you can actually use those links and get that discount, right? So that's just some of the benefits. Actually, there's more. Check out my website. So yeah, in this video, you'll probably also learn about a few tools that you've never heard about before, that many of you have not heard about ever. And to be honest, me frankly as well, not before I started this research session. So, I was surprised by a few of them, and many of them are actually ranking quite highly. So, always give new tools a chance, right? They may have been working in the background for a long time before they came out. And yeah, some of them are really strong, as you will see. And in any case, you will learn, which one I would start out with if I started my own Amazon brand. Okay, so real quickly again, how the scoring system works. Basically, I give each feature a super, a good, a yes, an okay, or a partly, that then combines together, right, for each feature to come up with this score, which then also adds the marketplace number times the value of that marketplace column in this particular scoring system, and a couple of reductions for the pricing, which is actually also something that has more value in the startup brand scoring system, of course. So that is also, by the way, another thing you can get to see in the Amazon Tools League. Once you get access, you can toggle this off if you don't care about the prices at all, even as a startup brand. Maybe you have some funding behind you, so you just want to know, which tool has the most points for the features that matter to you. Then you can also see that. And in any case, there's not that many big differences. Maybe the third bronze medalist tool could have ranked higher without that pricing. And yeah, that could be something to consider. But in any case, I don't want to tease you too long, so let me just show you now the top 10 Amazon reporting tools, starting with the top 5 to 10 tools. And if you're jumping ahead in the video to this part, to the exciting part now, just a quick reminder, these results reflect how well these tools cover a total of 106 features that I personally look for in this kind of reporting tool. So this isn't just like a vibes thing that you'll see in so many other places. This is actually the sum of their capabilities or their actual use to you. And with that, let's now finally have a look at the first top 10 tools. So let me just unblur these guys here, starting with AdBrew and Email Digital, and there's one missing here, Merchant Spring, as well as SellerBoard, right? The first 5 of the top 10 tools, all super tools, otherwise they wouldn't be in this list, right? But of course I should mention some of them, in particular, AdBrew and Merchant Spring may be also hurt by their pricing in this scoring system, which has a stronger value in this scoring system, so the reduction of points is a bit harsher. And some of them also, again, AdBrew, or let's say SellerBoard, maybe also not reporting tools as such, at least they wouldn't probably classify themselves as that in the first instance, right? AdBrew, of course, a super PPC tool in particular, so they have strong reporting, as you can guess, especially in the PPC area, right? While SellerBoard, of course, everybody knows them, the number 1 or 2 tools. You'll have to check my other profit tracking edition video for that. But yeah, in several editions, they are the number 1 when it comes to profit tracking. So they too, certainly higher in other editions than in this edition, in this scoring system, right? And yeah, so that's the top 10 tools for you. Let's now go straight into the tools that just missed out on the bronze medal, starting with DataHawk, as well as Datadrive, kind of a new tool, and Nova, actually also one of the kind of new tools. And I should also maybe mention Datadrive has pivoted a little bit, right? It's, again, also not particularly a reporting tool as such, but they do offer all of this data in a, very AI-loaded way, let's say. Let's have a quick look at their website. The Amazon data and action layer for Claude, right? That's how they pivoted. They're now more of an Amazon data layer, so you can use all the data that they kind of bring together and organize for you, right? That's one of the main things that people underestimate when it comes to reporting tools, how much work it actually is to get all the data from all these different APIs, from different reports, from different time frames, and bring them all together in a way that makes sense. So that's where they help you with if you want to input that data into your own systems in a smart way, then that's certainly a great solution for you. And Nova as well, coming in here, actually quite well known on the French market, I believe, relatively new to me as well. They too, a very smooth tool, and they too going, hard on the AI front in a sort of different way, not letting you just simply chat with the data, which many tools are doing now, but actually helping you build your own tools with their data via, Lovable or something? Yeah, some Lovable integration. So that really cool as well if you kind of want to be more flexible and just kind of do your own thing on top of the dashboards that they also show you. So really strong and really useful at a very decent price. And then we also have DataHawk, probably more of an enterprise tool, I would say. I think they actually lowered their pricing a little bit just recently. It was actually more expensive, much more expensive just a while ago, but certainly also worth looking at, especially if you need more, let's say, advanced data. They too want to look at. Okay, and that brings us now to the first medalist of the brand solopreneur / startup brand scoring system in the new reporting edition, which is Kapoq, a fantastic reporting tool and probably one of the few ones that I would actually, literally call an Amazon reporting tool, because that's how they see themselves as well. That is their main thing, right? They intend to report about pretty much everything, and they are super, and they would probably rank a bit higher, and they will rank higher in some of the other scoring systems where the pricing matters a little bit less, as you'll see. They definitely worth checking out. So yeah, check out the link below, and you will also find the discount for them. They, very wide set of features covering in all areas. Let me just, quickly see if I actually find a clear weakness, some area that they don't cover. Well, even their weakness, like reviews, they don't have anything here, as most tools don't, but at least they have a good in the seller feedback area here. And actually Emacs Digital, I didn't really talk about them yet. Also very broad reporting tool, also maybe even more advanced, for some of you, but very advanced, broad set of features as well. But anyway, Kapoq, like I was saying, hardly any weaknesses, covering so many areas, and can't really go wrong there if your budget allows for it. Okay, and that brings us to the number 2 tool in 2026, and therefore winning the silver medal, MixShift. I heard about them like 3 years ago, and already then they seemed super smooth when I checked them out. And now I had a much closer look with the founder, several hours, because it took so long to get through all of their features, which is really a ton of them, and at that pricing as well, super affordable, I would say, very fair pricing. And you can't go wrong with MixShift. Very flexible, very clean interface, a lot of supers, as you'll see as well, so yeah, there's not much you can do wrong with this one. And like I said, where were they strong? I said it in the beginning, I think it was in the search term area. Yeah, super, search term, aggregate search term visibility, right? That's always the tough part, to get this data together from PPC and also the search query performance report and make it make sense. So yeah, you can't really go wrong with MixShift as well. I don't believe I have a discount for them. They don't have an affiliate program yet, but as soon as they will, I will of course try to get a discount for you guys in the future. But let me bring you now the number 1 gold medalist. So in the brand solopreneur / startup brand scoring system, the number 1 2026 reporting tool is actually one you'll already know, one that has already won a gold medal in the profit tracking edition, and it is of course My Real Profit, which was a bit surprising to me because of course SellerBoard always very close, sticking to My Real Profit and sometimes leaping them in certain scoring systems in the profit tracking edition. But here, My Real Profit apparently standing out quite a bit with 196 points and almost half perfection. I didn't actually talk about this column yet, but basically down here is kind of the max points possible. If all of these tools had supers everywhere, right, then you could get 452 points, and 43% perfection is already quite a bit. You won't get much higher in any of the editions. So very impressive set of features, and apparently not just in profit tracking as I may have thought in the beginning, but they are so widely spread and have so many well thought out and super features that they are truly a well-deserving first gold medalist winner of this little reporting edition series. And of course, like I said, especially the profit section, that's where they're strong. But you wouldn't be number 1 if they were only strong over there. They do have their weaknesses here in the review area. That is also maybe the data that's the hardest to get. It's not available via the API at this point, right? But everything else pretty much covering, a lot of valuable features here. And I'll actually make a separate little video about the company following here and the employee numbers as well. But this is now it in terms of the ranking, right? If you want to give My Real Profit a chance, then you can also use my link below and you'll get a discount. You can also get a 50% discount on the first 3 months alternatively, or 10% on the first 12 months, however you like. Both links will be down below. And if you want to get a closer look yourself at My Real Profit and Nova actually, and SellerBoard, and actually Merchant Spring as well, I had some interviews and demo sessions with them recently, so you might want to check those videos as well, where we walk through all the main features, all the most valuable features, so you can have a look for yourself why they are all in these top 10 tools. So congratulations again to My Real Profit in this particular scoring system, and congratulations to all top 10 here, because like I said, I can't demo all the hundreds of tools that have some of these features, but I had to kind of look in a vague fashion on the website who covers a lot already. And these seem to be the top 10 tools in my estimation. There may be some others that soon will join the rankings and might soon compete in these rankings. And of course, you'll find out about it if you subscribe to the channel. But until then, these are the top tools, and these are the top 3, with My Real Profit coming out on top with actually quite a bit of a points difference here, 48 points compared to the second one. So it is, in my estimation now, for startup brands, probably the easy choice to really get an overview, a deep overview and a smart overview of everything that's going on in your Amazon business. All right, so as ever, I'm interested what you think about all of this. What's maybe more important to you? Is it the profit tracking part, or is it maybe the visibility into the search terms that you are interested in? Let me know in the comments, and maybe also let me know which tools I should look at next for this particular edition or any other edition. But for this video, I'm of course more interested in the reporting edition, which tools maybe I've overseen completely, which help you, get a glance at everything that's happening, understand what is happening, right? There's so many things to look at, so many columns I could probably still add, but I tried to obviously, stay compact a little bit in all of these areas with the most important things that I personally want. And let me know what you think about it all. What should I check on next? Which features are the most important to you? And yeah, one final reminder that of course you can have access to all of this, to the different scoring systems, to the filters up here. You can add your own filters if you're looking for particular features and you want a tool that definitely covers that. If you're maybe switching between tools and you definitely want that one feature that the other tool has in the new tool, then that's a great way to find that kind of software. And yeah, you can get all of that at toolsleague.com right now. We're still in the founding member pricing era, so don't wait too long. The seats are going away, and then you can get access to that and much more. And then of course don't forget to subscribe, because this is indeed only the first video of this reporting edition series, right, for brand solopreneurs. But like I said in the beginning, the scoring will change drastically in the other scoring systems, because various features matter much more for agencies in particular, or multi-brands, or even multi-channel companies or agencies. So that's one to look out for in the future. So yeah, you don't want to miss those. So hit that button down below, and we'll see each other in the next one. Peace out.